Okay, members of the media, we're joined now by West Virginia basketball coach Bob Huggins. Questions for Coach Huggins, please use the raised hand feature. Coach, our first question comes from Greg Hunter.
So, Bob, for tomorrow, things you have to do well, maybe just importantly, things you can't do poorly?
Well, we've got to make shots. We've got to do a really good job of defending them. They do a great job of spreading you and penetrating with it. So we've got to do a good job of defending them.
Greg, do you have a follow-up?
Not yet. Go ahead and let Justin in.
Justin Jackson.
Hey, Coach. Texas Tech, their roster management this year under first-year coach Mark Adams. I guess three of their top guys are all transfers. What kind of job has he done in his first year, and the way he kind of threw things quickly together. And obviously he's been in that program for a few years now, but what he's done in his first year and the way he's used transfers. What do you make of that?
Well, it's pretty much what Mark's done his whole career. He's been a junior college coach, a top level junior college coach that is kind of used to going out and getting guys and bringing guys in that have no experience in his system and the way he does things, and being able to coach those guys up extremely well. He sent a bunch of guys to high major schools from junior college, which means he's done a terrific job with them. So, I think he's probably for this new age way of doing things. I think he's probably better prepared than virtually anybody.
And then also defensively, they've been holding teams to 60 points, which is, I guess, kind of the norm now in this league. But they're also teams haven't shot the ball very well against them. What are they doing defensively that works for them?
They got great size. They don't have any really small guys. They have great size. They have great length, and they have terrific athleticism. Mark, it's like just about like your other question. Mark does a terrific job of going out and getting guys, and I guess you don't have to go out anymore with the portal. But he's used to bringing guys in and bringing the kind of guys in that he thinks fits their system.
Back to Greg Hunter.
So, Coach, Malik Curry has scored at about average of 20 points in the last two games. Any reason he can't keep up? Maybe not that pace, but a good pace. What's he done lately that has allowed him to get to those kind of performances?
Well, he's a great penetrator. That was his claim to fame before he got here. He penetrates with it. He's got a great touch with the ball. He finishes over bigger people, which a lot of guys, or most guys probably his size, can't do.
Has he started to pull defenders off of Sean and Taz, or those guys still sticking to those two right now?
Well, those two guys are going to have to be our go-to guys. We just, and I've said this, we just got to get Taz well. He's got to get some of his strength back, gain some weight back. But I think he's played pretty well. JB's been in his without Taz being there. JB's been terrific. So we're fine.
Kevin Kinder.
That you had mentioned in the Tuesday post game, a couple of your veteran big men, the transfers were never asked to score, do some of the things that you were hoping maybe they could do this year. At this point in their career, can they improve that enough to help you, or do you have to look in another direction, maybe go with a different kind of lineup at times?
I think some of them have, some of them haven't. Some of them are still working at it. Some of them can. We just, we haven't done a great job of getting the ball to them at the right time, quite frankly. And secondly, they're getting used to, I think, scoring over bigger people.
John Antoni.
Hugs, you mentioned your size. Is that your biggest concern with the way your bigs played in the Baylor game? And how were your bigs in practice this week?
Well, we've only practiced once. They were pretty good. They're getting better. I mean, I think we've done some drills with them. I think that helps them. You know, the biggest thing is finding the rim. You know, I think a lot of people get so enamored with the ball that they're staring at the ball the whole time, and the only time they see the rim is when they're about to release the ball. And we're working on that. They're getting better at it.
Have you ever, in your 40 years of coaching, not had the ability to score close to the basket? And I know in that Baylor game, I think there were 11 missed layups in the second half. Baylor didn't have a blocked shot.
Mm-mm. A lot of things I'd like to say, John, I can't say. Well, we were running guys kind of in and out. I mean, we had it was a group effort. Let me put it that way. It was a group effort, fumbling the ball and not scoring around the goal. We were looking for somebody who could maybe consistently score a little bit around the goal. But as I said earlier, we're working at getting them better, and they're working at getting better. So as long as that continues, then I think there's going to come a point in time where everybody's going to say, man, I wish you would have done that all along, or wow, what a turnaround, because they want to do it right. You know, they haven't done it right before.
Justin Jackson.
Coach, I guess I'm kind of looking for your opinion here. 10, 12, 15 years ago, we were all enamored with the freshmen and the one done, and the young guys were the theme of college basketball. You look around the Big 12 now, and not just the Big 12, but other leagues, with the transfer portal, guys getting an extra year, teams are essentially now getting older, and that seems to be the new craze, I guess, or the new way to win in college basketball. I'm not really sure how to ask this, but I mean, with freshmen coming in now, have their roles changed in the game with older guys now playing in the league? Does it hurt freshmen's development, I guess? I'm not, how much has the game changed now, I guess, with these, super seniors and the transfer portal and teams getting older, I guess?
Well, I don't expect teams to. Some teams will, but I think there'll be teams that still try to get the best freshmen. Probably in the hopes that with NIL, they can keep them there for a while. And I mean, I would think that would be probably more done than not. But freshmen aren't going to go away. I mean, I think the time of maybe bringing freshmen in and developing them from their freshman year on may. I'm not totally sure it will, but it may. You know, there's good and bads to everything. You bring a freshman in your program, you lose them, it's bad. You take a freshman who is now a sophomore or junior, but where they came from played entirely different than what you play. And really the coaches wanted things different than what they do. It's not going to work, and it's going to hurt those kids.
Next question comes from Greg Hunter.
So, Bob, the NCAA recently, announced it looks like they're going to change their constitution, make the divisions, rules within each division. So you've been critical that they haven't listened to the coaches in the past in terms of some of the rules. So what are your thoughts of this, and what are the important things to consider, in your opinion, when they start putting this constitution together?
I haven't got a call.
You should.
Well, I absolutely 100% should, but I haven't gotten a call. So that's kind of a mute point. You would hope that they would listen to the NABC. You would hope that they would listen. The NABC has different levels, and listen to the guys that basically have been in it for a long time, have been successful in being in it for a long time. And you would hope that they would listen to some of those guys. Whether that happens or not, who knows?
What are some of the things that you really pushed in the past that you think are important that didn't come to fruition?
That's hard to say, because there's so many different things that have happened. It's not the same. We were concerned about obviously the academic portion of it. It's different. It's totally different. You don't have freshmen anymore coming in and going through 4 years of school. You're bringing a guy in who has already maybe been in school for 4 years. Hopefully he's researched it enough that the curriculum that he wants is available at the school he's transferring to. And there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things, I think, from an academic perspective that need to be looked at, long and hard. If that's important. You know what I mean?
John Antoni.
Along those lines, would you agree that when this all shakes out, that whatever happens, they need a strong singular voice to kind of run the whole thing?
That we have that now. We have a president who's in charge. We have that now. If I say yes, they'll take it as I was trying to run him out. So I have to be careful what I say, because I may end up with two guys talking about me that have never met me.
Questions for Coach Bob Huggins concerning the upcoming Texas Tech game. Justin Jackson.
Hey, Coach, one last one for me. Terrence Shannon Jr. kind of came into the year, he was expected to kind of be their guy. And then obviously, through the NCAA stuff, he got off to a late start and then kind of got rolling, and he's kind of struggled as of late over the last few games. Now they've played some pretty good teams, but what are you seeing with his game, and where do you stand with him as, on the scouting purposes?
my understanding was he got hurt. And took a while to get back, physically get back to where he was. And then, you know, when that happens, then it takes a little while to kind of get used to things again. He's a terrific talent. I think he's probably one of the top guys that's ever been recruited at the school. He can do a lot of things.
Greg Hunter.
The last one for me, Bob. Everybody relatively healthy. No injuries, illness as of late.
I'm starting to get a cold. Does that count?
That counts. You don't have Caridi, so
No, Creedy's on the IR. Jacobs ought to be, but
Any other further questions for Coach Huggins? Coach, that's all I see for today. Thank you.
Michael, thank you.